Well, hello. Okay, I had a momentary panic where I thought I had misspelled Allison's name at the start of this event. But now my panic is the fact that I meant to brush my hair out before we started. But instead, I'm giving you Amy March. And we're just going to roll with it. But hello, and welcome to Laura, Allyson, Alive. It is Thursday, and it is important to check in with your faves so that you know what we've been up to. It's been a busy week and a good week, I'm going to say. A very good week. I feel very productive, and there's a chill in the air. Well, hello, madam.
Hello, can you hear me, Miss Laura? Yes.
100%. Yes, sure can.
Right. I feel like every time we do this, something is slightly different.
Yes.
And so you just never know. You just
You
never
don't.
know.
You don't.
No.
So, yeah. I turns out I can't go live in the event when you create the event. But it's fine. We figured it out. So I don't know.
We're here. We're
Yeah.
here. We're loving
But
it.
yes, but we're both very floral today. I love your top. Is that the mad
Thank
hue?
you. Mad hue. Yes, the mad hue. Yeah, I'm feeling very, very floral to hit. Well, it's like when that first fall kind of hits, that first chill in the air, like you were just saying, everything looks so beautiful, and I just wanted to match it. So
Agreed.
that's what I was going for.
Yeah, my heart is like soaring. I have been monster busy the last couple of days, as have you. And I just ventured on down to do a yarn pickup for my resale business at Spring Resale on Instagram. And it was just the most beautiful drive on Lakeshore Drive. Like everything was just crisp and sparkling and gorgeous. And I was like, ugh, it's a great day. It's a bloody great day.
That's how Royal and I have been feeling too. We love it. You want to say hi to the people, Royal? Do you want to say hi to the people? Hi, baby.
This is where I never learned because I always want to say hi, but he can't hear me. He cannot hear me because we're in those headphones.
Hello.
But
hello. So this is my baby. This is my baby. Hello.
The noble steed.
Hello. Yes. He's a little stressed because they're doing work on the apartment upstairs where I live, and also painting the stairs outside.
Well,
so there's just a lot of shenanigans going on.
That's due.
Yeah,
that is. So there you are. Well, I think it's time that we catch up. We catch people up on what our past week has looked like. Oh my
God. Well, Laura, A+ content is what our week's been up to.
Yes.
Just nothing but content around here. Big news in the ether is the save the date that you posted yesterday about our upcoming retreats.
Yeah.
Now, I am not the only one who's excited. Laura, I know you are very excited. It seems like everyone is very excited.
Absolutely. So this is where being a party person really pays off because we announced our spring into summer retreat dates exclusive for party people. And it's buzzing. It's buzzing. Yeah. We're starting off with a Galentine's Day classic knitting celebration in our new favorite spot, Sundrop, in Berrien Springs. Super cozy, extreme hoog. That's going to be a fun, like that Valentine's weekend is my preferred way to celebrate that holiday is in PJs.
In PJs with your best girls, in the coziest place ever. Now, if you have not been to Sundrop before, it is the slightly smaller. Let's not call it a cabin by any means. It is still a huge, like, mansion style home,
right?
But it has a huge living room area, and tons of seating right in front of a big fireplace. And Laura has been itching to start a fire in that fireplace. And that is why the working title for this retreat was not Galentine's Day weekend. It was Ultimate Hoog, because Laura just wants to have a fire going the entire time,
Right.
and we support her journey.
Mhm.
But when the dates worked out that this was going to be over Galentine's, we're leaning into the Galentine's of it all. So
Mhm.
we're going to be with our best gal pals and
Yep.
knitting the whole weekend away in front of a cozy fire, and then hopping to one of two hot tubs, of course, and then hopping back and then going into the hot tubs and then going back in front of the fire. I can't wait, Laura. I think it's going to be great.
It'll be amazing. And as far as we're concerned, gal is a non-gendered term because a
Yes.
gal, being a gal
It's a
is
state of
just like,
mind.
yeah, it's a state of mind and it's an essence, and everyone's my gal pal. So
Yes.
that is it exists outside the binary. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day because you just want to hang with your best gals, and that's how it
Yes.
is. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy
Yeah,
gets
Tom
it.
knows. Yeah, we love our gal pals. Absolutely. So pumped about that one. And then
Yes.
shortly after that, the lovely Christine Haynes of Christine Haynes Patterns will be back to do a sewing retreat weekend. Now, we did this for the first time in the spring. It was a huge success. It
Huge.
sold out 9 hours.
Yeah, it was our fastest selling retreat to date.
Yeah.
And I don't think, I think she's going to give herself a run for her money, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, exactly. We had such a good time. We kind of planned all of these demos and talks throughout the weekend, but everybody brought whatever project they wanted to bring. Some people brought tons of projects. Some people brought one very specific project to work on, and we just had a great time. The party people there had a great time freaking everyone else out
Yeah.
by how into each other we were. And that's the kind of energy I'm looking to bring into this one as well.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I had notes, but we'll just lean in.
Maybe it'll be like a pyramid scheme where it'll be like
Well, that's
tell
what it's
one
definitely
friend,
turned into, and we'd love to pull back
maybe
just
rein
a
it
little
in.
bit.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I guess
yeah.
we'll workshop that. We'll
Well,
workshop these ideas, Laura.
we do need that level of enthusiasm for the third date that we announced, which is really not so much a date as like hold the month.
A month. Yeah, the entire month.
While we continue to figure out the pending trip to Iceland, the country of Iceland. And the full retreat details will be announced a little bit later when we iron them out, but it'll be happening June 2024. So just hold the month. What could you possibly have going on in the summer? Kendra. The thing is, Kendra, when we announced this, we did write in our infographic to hold on to your butt. So we did. People were warned, but just to reiterate,
But Kendra was not.
You do want to hold on to your butt. But we're off to Iceland, and details forthcoming. But yeah, so we do need to. Yeah, poor Kendra, her butt is just.
She lost it. It's gone.
On the floor.
Oh, that's too bad because Kendra, your butt won't quit. I'm sure it'll get back on there.
Yeah.
And
Leanne,
I'm sure it'll get
the
back on
answer
there.
is June. We just are not locked in to any particular dates, but the minute we make any sort of commitment, I know who I'm telling first, and that would be party.
It'll be Leanne. Yeah, it'll be
so,
Leanne.
To that point, dampening people's enthusiasm about Laura Allyson Party is not really where it's at. So we're just going to lean in. But, when you're talking to new folks, just keep it cool, play it a little cooler. And then they'll just discover it for themselves.
Well, the enthusiasm won't quit, obviously, because everyone has been glued to the party since like midnight on September 1st, because Sleeve-Timber also won't quit, just like Kendra's butt. So everybody is working so hard to finish their sleeves, and this time of the month, about the 14th, is when the pain starts to
Mhm.
creep in, and goals start to fall to the wayside. But not today, friends, because we are pushing the pedal to the metal on this. All right. We still have so many FOs to create. All right. Let me just crunch some numbers
Amazing.
live here. All right.
And I'm adding to my tally. I forgot to bring it closer, but I have them stacked lovingly on top of my printer. I finished my Breeza socks this week, so that was huge. I added a sleeve of my Ingrid, which technically was the body, but hey, what are you gonna do? I finished my Ingrid neckline, and I've officially started my final sleeve. So mold core is in full effect. It's really something. It's a vibe. It's a look. I'm really excited. It's really now
that
coming
neck
together.
looks great.
Yeah, really coming together now that I committed to the neckline. There's just a lot of different options, and I just went with the classic. And I'm glad you're into mold core, Kendra. I've been calling this combo mold core because it is this like lime green kid silk mohair with beautiful pebble gray, and it's together. It's giving mossy bottom. It's giving old boat. It's giving stagnant pond. But make it fashion. So
all of those things really align with your fashion icon status, Laura, of SME-core.
SME-core, I very much. So there is this TikTok trend happening, Allyson, where people, first of all, everybody's wrong, and they think the wrong things are interesting. But they have been asking their straight, cis, white partners, male partners, so boring.
That's the first mistake.
How often they think about the Roman Empire. And people are shocked to learn that these men are thinking about it a lot, almost daily. I was thinking, well, I have been thinking about the Roman Empire a lot because I've been reading this book about Cleopatra and Mark Antony. And because of my mom recently visiting Trier, Germany, where there's a lot of Roman ruins. But really, I just spend most of my time thinking about British naval history and their legacy of colonization. So I think I need to decolonize my mind a little bit more. But that
well, don't decolonize it with the Roman Empire. That's the wrong direction.
Right, exactly. So I think it's important I don't want to expand too much farther into the Roman Empire. I'm getting plenty of the Roman Empire content. A lot of Caesar talk in my life these days. But that's you and I think about this history stuff way more. Well, Royal maybe is thinking about Caesar right now.
He is murdering. He is Brutus.
Yeah, beware the Ides of March. But yeah, I was just like, well, this is a stupid trend. Ask me. You should be asking me what I think about. So
if you ask Sarah, she says snacks. And I also think about snacks a lot. Mainly how I shouldn't be constantly eating them.
My thoughts are constantly with the sea and people's lack of respect for it. So that is what I'm thinking about on any given day.
I think the breaking news. The breaking news of the man who made that gerbil, the hamster wheel, and tried to hamster wheel himself across the Atlantic.
Pissed me off. Yeah, stop by the Coast Guard. And you know what, Coast Guard? I say have him sign a waiver and let him have it. Let him loose, because that is foolhardy. You're a fool. You're a fool, and you get what you get. Yeah. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, buddy. That's how I feel about that.
If the Titanic can't make it across, what do you think you're doing?
I'm saying.
Talk about needing snacks. There's not enough snacks to get you across the Atlantic that could fit on that hamster wheel. All right.
I'm so angry. Still really not over that. So don't be like that, man. Be like me and respect the sea.
Respect the sea.
Now, has that show and tell rant given you enough time to crunch some numbers?
Yes, it
Okay.
has. Thank you so much. I forgot what I was doing for a second. So, Laura, you're going to be really happy to hear how many FOs we have so far.
I am ready. I'm so excited.
69, baby.
What's up?
We've had we've had 69 FOs, which is almost 19% of our
Hey.
goals. That's pretty good, but that means we're on pace for only 39% completion, and that is not what we are here for. Okay,
No.
we have to beat last year's Sleeve-Timber completion rate, which I think was like 72%.
We will. I mean, we just will. I'm feeling there's a lot of people lying in wait. And people have been, I think people have pulled back their commitment to their goals. And I think you're going to see a lot of surprise, like last minute, like, I actually wasn't sure I was going to commit this, but it's done. And I feel like that's going to push us over the top. That's how I feel.
All right. Well, I love it. Stay vigilant, everyone. Stay vigilant. All right. That is the up to the date info.
Amazing.
Right as we're having it right now. So our next points day is tomorrow, actually, because tomorrow is the technical halfway point. Not to spoiler alert anyone, but I have organized an extension of Sleeve-Timber.
Well, thank goodness.
So Sleeve-Timber will not end on the 30th, like the calendar says, but we will be celebrating Sleeve-Timber for a few more days. All right. But don't hang your hat on that. All right. These lions are temperamental, and they could very, very easily retract their extension of September. So
fair enough.
Yeah. So that is, so if you are waiting to post your FOs or any updates until the halfway point, that halfway point is technically tomorrow. So get your pictures taken today in preparation for cleaning up tomorrow. All right.
I love it.
We got this. Yeah. So yeah, very exciting around here. We also posted the holiday sweater knit along. That is going to kick off after Sleeve-Timber, and I think our first meeting is like the 10th, maybe Tuesday, the 10th of October. So get your plans in order because that's coming.
Yeah, which is perfect timing because Holiday Spectacular is back, y'all. Our special space, our preview space that's behind a paywall and we have content starting from the end of November until the new year. And we do all kinds of holiday and merry shit. And then I have to go back and double check the price point, but we keep $5 of your dollars, and then the rest is distributed to charities of our choice. So it's pretty great. And so we'll just be feeling very spectacular on the 9th, and on the 10th, we'll be super motivated to hop in on our holiday sweater knit along. So
because Holiday Spec opens on the 9th, Laura?
Yep.
Oh, exciting. So really, the holidays around here will start on October 9th, is what you're saying.
They will. They really will. I mean, because we're being so inclusive of so many holidays within Holiday Spec, I just had a chat with Rochelle. She wants to make a Mardi Gras sweater. So, I mean, we're really just all holidays welcome. But Holiday Spec in particular, it's about, it's about crass commercialization, secular, like Christmas, Hanukkah, that kind of stuff. But the holiday sweater can be whatever you want.
It can be whatever you want it to be. Yeah. We included Galentine's, and then Rochelle was quick to point out that for some reason Mardi Gras is on February 13th. I don't know the rules over there. But that is apparently what happens over there. Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much. So.
Laura, I can't help but notice your beautiful chain stitch sweatshirt that you're wearing. Are you
Heck
also
yes.
celebrating an exciting holiday today?
I'm celebrating every day in my heart. My very favorite internet store, Club Chain Stitch, is launching some of my very favorite merchandise today. Um, it's the Ghost sweatshirt. It felt a little too on the nose because I have such faith in the Ghost Protocol sweatshirts that Club Chain Stitch offers. I just feel like she's going to sell out like alive as we're speaking. But this is my Larkspur sweatshirt that I ordered from. Oop, I'm blurry. The internet will not let me hashtag influence you. But this is my the flower that goes with my birth month, which is July. So my Larkspur I'm wearing because, but I love Ghost Protocol. I love my Ghost sweatshirt. It's my favorite. People compliment me all the time about my Ghost sweatshirt. But this felt more in my heart today. This felt more accurate. So yeah,
I love it. And last night, Laura put Anne on the spot in
yes.
our class, our kickoff class for porcelain sweater. Anne of Club Change Stitch, which is in that class. And Laura was like, Anne's the best. And you could see poor Anne's face just turning redder and redder and redder out of embarrassment for being so showered with love and affection because she's the sweetest.
Yes.
So it was very great. But yeah, we're excited about her Boo.
Yes.
Her spooky collection.
Her spooky collection is live and just shared in the chat if you are watching this live on Laura Allyson.
Goodness, spooky selection. I love it. I need one of the skull hats.
Yes.
I think
she has
that's
added a skull into the collection this year with like prominent mandible, and it is extra spooky and great.
Extra spooky.
I love Anne and I love her company. So you all need to join us in the spooky season. You just really do. It's so fun. It's so fun.
Yeah. I know I'm going to. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Other things that have been happening this week is I launched a ton of classes.
Sure did.
And I have not moved really from this spot for more than just sleeping time in 4 days.
Yeah.
It's kind of insane, but this is the kind of stuff that you have to do, and you have to bring the knowledge to the people, Laura. I know you get it.
I do. Yeah, well, that's great because that means that they are flying off the shelves, that your classes are much in demand, which is always the case. I love to see it. And yeah, I'm sorry you haven't been sleeping, but I'm hoping that you're entering more chill vibes for the weekend at least.
I think so. Well, it's all out now. Today was the last launch day. So now it's just, getting people their welcome emails and easing into it a little bit. So yeah, it's just kind of frantic, those first couple launch days. And you got to market. And God, marketing is just a thing you just have to do.
Yeah, it's the worst part of having this as a job, which isn't that bad at the end of the day, but it is a huge, gigantic pain in the ass. And it's looming over me. I've got a couple of things to market myself. So, tra-la-la. But you got to let people know, or you're just having a party by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Then nobody knows about your shit.
Right. So there you are.
Yeah. There you are. It's bad.
Well, I have been quite the adventurer. I spent my weekend in the great state of Wisconsin, and I went to our meetup at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool. It was great. We met up with almost 15 people, which honestly, it was just to me, and this is totally anecdotal, crowds did not seem as bustling as the previous meetup. And people really got the memo and brought their bright yellow Laura Allyson totes. So it was super easy to find everybody in any given moment. Very handy. And we made it a 2-day affair, which was awesome because on Sunday we got so much like sheep content. I learned so much. It was fascinating.
I could tell from Instagram the sheep were off the chain this year.
It was lit. And I could not figure out the sheep last year or like where they were, but it turns out a lot of the judging and A lot more of the just happenings with the livestock happen on Sunday. So lesson learned. Lesson
Lesson
learned.
learned. Yeah.
There were sheep that were born overnight. So you were just looking at the freshest little lambs in the morning. It was wild. And they're exhausted mothers. Fascinating. And
I really like how when a sheep pops out fresh, it can walk around right away.
it's crazy.
For a human baby, those things aren't walking for like years.
No, it's really something. Really, they should, that those first 3 months of life, they technically, all other animals would still be cooking them. So, but I get it. Who wants to be pregnant for 12 months? That's too much. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. But oy vey, it was those sheep just really, they're really doing a lot.
I hope they got a blue ribbon for excellence.
They deserve it. That should be their push prize.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. They performed on schedule.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It was interesting. The sheep that I went to a sheep shearing demo and posted a little story about it on my Instagram reels.
In slow motion.
Accidentally filmed it in slow motion, like I'm in my late 70s. But that's all right. And it was funny. We can all laugh at ourselves. But then it was interesting because the breed that they were shearing is called polypay, and poly meaning that they it's a cross of a lot of different breeds to make it the most easily accessible, like most desirable type of wool. And then pay is literally to be like, yeah, this is a cash cow. Like it's basically a marketing term to be like, this is the fiber folks love this yarn, so this is a great investment. So polypay, I thought that was interesting. And our little sheep had a tiny black spot at the back of her head. And he was like, yeah, they're bred to be like all white, but every once in a while, like every 25th one will come out and be like, look like a cow with the way that it's spotted. It was so, and he was just like, Punnett squares, genetics, etc. Fascinating. So
wow, cool.
It was great. So I said last week, I was going to do show and tell about what I picked up. And I have to say, I didn't pick up that much. And I'm very pleased with that, to be honest, because this is full of yarn. I have yarn in the other room. I have yarn in this closet. I feel like I'm sort of kind of getting on top of my stash. And so when I went to the sale part of Wisconsin Sheep and Wool, I was very much feeling like, you know what? It suddenly put into my brain all of the beautiful stuff I bought last year at Wisconsin Sheep and Wool and hadn't touched. So I definitely reined it in. I did.
Proud of you. That's important to do every once in a while.
It's hard to do, but I definitely had you with me in spirit because you are very disciplined when it comes to budget and not having a lot of stuff. So it was good. But so I kind of went the more boring route by buying from vendors that I've bought from before. But they're vendors that I love, and I was really happy to see them. So I don't know. So I returned to my friend's Thistle Ridge farm. And if you have done the Leelanau knit along with me at any point in time, you'll know that last year I bought my main color from Thistle Ridge, this lovely little couple, Kay and David Hatch out of Roscoe, Illinois. They have their Yahoo address right here on their ball band for you to email them at any time. But I just couldn't resist. I did their DK weight last year, and then this beautiful marl. After watching the sheep shearing, I fell really in love with all of the undyed wool that's available. And yeah, I bought a sweater quantity of this. It's so beautiful. I don't have a plan for it. I don't care. I love it. I love her.
Oh, nice. That'll be so beautiful.
And instead of colorways, they just name their dye lots based on the sheep that they are shorn from. And this is this is combined fleece of 4 different sheep. And they're named for towns in Scotland. And I can only pronounce one of the towns. But very charmed. very charmed. Kathy Zwatsky, I thought of you because we also, Green Mountain Spinnery was there, and I know how much you love them.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm glad to see. Okay, Kathy's on the Thistle Ridge train too, and she's going to use it for her Leelanau this year. So Thistle Ridge, y'all, give them an email at Yahoo because they are very sweet. They're very sweet.
Oh, I love it. That's going to be so beautiful.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And then this other one was just straight up dumb. But I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to explain myself. Our friends Oink Pigments were there. You know how I feel about Oink Pigments. I love them so much. And this colorway I have bought before and is included in a shawl that I knit. But I wear that shawl 0.01% of the year. And I would love socks out of this same colorway. So this is called Simply the Zest and is the most beautiful neon-y situation and in their very fancy cashmere yarn. And I just want this on my feet. So I did it. I should have gotten a different colorway, but nothing was wowing me like Simply the Zest. When you have a brand.
Simply the Zest. Exactly. You got to do it. I love that for you, Laura. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
It was silly, but you got to have one silly purchase, I think. That's important.
Yeah. Agreed.
So then, go ahead.
No, I was just going to maybe potentially tee you up because I saw pictures of a very rustic group dinner
yes.
that happened too. That looked like a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So then in the neighboring town of all of this information is just going straight out of my head right now. But in the town next to Jefferson, there was an Irish pub that was in reasonable proximity. And I wasn't sure how many people were going to join us for dinner. And it turns out 9 people joined us for dinner and we did not have a reservation. And I was like, this poor Irish pub will not, we need to be super chill and accommodating because it's a Saturday night in the town next to Jefferson, Wisconsin. And we walked in and I was like, listen, we can like split tables, like whatever we can do, some at the bar, whatever we need to do. And they were like, oh, well, you could do 7 here to like 2 over here, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, or we could just open up the basement. And we were like, oh, all right. And she was like, and then she was like, do you want to see it before we do it? And I was like, no, I'm sure it'll be fine. And she was like, well, it won't be as lively as it is up here. So I don't want to worry you. And we were like, that's fine. And we opened up the basement to just Grandpa's cabin. I mean, it was wood paneling. It was repurposed church benches. It was fish on the walls. It was a Pabst Blue Ribbon, a neon sign, a series of paintings about bears, and the menu. I mean, you had your curds, you had your shepherd's pie. You had all types of fish and chips. There was bread pudding that everyone was very excited about. Spotted Cow on tap, Oktoberfest, New Glarus Oktoberfest on tap. And they split Wisconsin Old Fashioned. Tommy did the sour, Caitlin did the sweet, the brandy old fashions. I mean, people went hard. And and the lovely server, Holly, shout out, brought our drinks down the stairs multiple times. It came down a billion times and split the bill individually among 9 people on a Saturday night and was so lovely about it. I was like, in Chicago, you would have simply poisoned my food. Like there is
they would have locked you in the basement and you would still be there.
Yeah. I mean, just completely set the whole place on fire. Like and we did have a little caucus because we were at this nice long table. Tommy was at the head of the table, which tracks, I think. And we had this little side discussion. It was like, I hope y'all tip fat because also like our meals were like unbelievable.
Everything outside of Chicago is on sale. I felt like that in London too. I was like, seriously, why do I feel like I'm in fucking London and everything's on sale?
It was basically free, particularly when we calculate how much you spent on yarn. You're like, this is nothing. I mean, this is like the change in my pocket for crying out loud. So it was lovely. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's in the event listing if you want to go. But honestly, I would go back. I mean, we all kind of like rolled out of there like, oh, and we were all like, see you here next year because this was great. It was so delicious.
I would expect nothing less from our friends in the north. I see Tommy saying that their blood sugar is still recovering.
Oh
It
yeah.
sounds like it. Yeah, it'll be a
Choices were
while.
made, but for those of us that stayed overnight, our hotel I can give less of a glowing recommendation to, but we made the best of it and had a great time knitting. So on the whole, the Wisconsin Sheep and Wool meetup is a fave. And then we had some lovely on the ground reporting from Jan Van Werth about how the Michigan Sheep and Wool Festival was this year. So we'll see if we head there next year instead. I don't know. I don't know if I can skip Wisco though. Patty Coughlin's Irish Pub. What's the name of the town,
both,
Tommy? Yeah,
maybe both.
We shall see. But we'll see how my car's doing. I just got an oil change, so I feel ready. So yeah, huge. So much to share.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, you were really motivated to get back to your needle felting kit. Needle felting took over after Wisconsin Sheep and Wool last year.
It did.
And it seems like that was still going strong. Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin?
Yeah, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. That's right. Home of Gemütlichkeit. They're having a big Gemütlichkeit festival, a big German festival coming up. But yeah, Felted Sky, I want to be clear. I did not buy this. This is for Jason because Jason left and was like, please buy this for me because I can't stop thinking about it. But Felted Sky was there again. And I was reminded of this size boxes kicking around this craft room that were a huge pain in my butt. And I want these boxes out of my craft room. So I came home and finished working on my painting with felt. Ooh la la.
It's beautiful.
These little berries were a pain in the ass, but yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. I've actually hanging it on my front door now. I think it's a little cute little front door thing. This is all from Felted Sky. And then, this was what I made last year when I fell super in love. And I have to say, these sculptures for me, way more fun than this, but yeah, but this
you like
is
to sculpt rather than paint.
Yeah, for me, the painting was fun, but these little guys were pretty tedious, and I was like really ready to be done by the time I got to like this wheat. I was like, fuck this, I'm really done. But this, yes, this is the ticket. So
for days.
Yeah, but the pumpkins, would recommend, I think. So that's the on the ground report. And all these companies highly recommend 10 out of 10. But that was the big Wisco adventure. And now we're back and I'm helping other people resell craft supplies. I'm working on a quilt, which is just like this is so boring. Oh, look at all these strips. There's so many strips.
Is that pickle?
Oh yeah, girl. Yep. Pickle, cream, and then a little bit of rust, but the rust is unreachable. But yeah, this will be my solar flare quilt. And speaking of tedious, from tiny felt balls to pickle strips, I'm like, your girl needs a win. I'm bored over here. So
pickle strips. Well, pickle strips look great.
Yeah. Yep. Solar flare. She's coming along.
I'm making my own fun over here, Laura. You want to see?
What is in that bag? What's in that bag? Oh my God.
This is, wait, you probably need a visual. I'm knitting this in two ways right now. Oh, I can't get it over my head, but it would generally my head would go through.
Oh, well, it is a beautiful headphone cover. Look at those colors. Oh my God.
Yeah. So this is my sample for Very V-Neck Raglan by Jessie Maid. I'm teaching that class this fall, and I just kind of knew what to do because of Cozy Classic Raglan that I have been teaching all summer.
Yeah.
So I gotta knit the whole thing before doing the class. I'm making my spreadsheets. I'm still working on this side. This is the neckline piece here because I don't know how else you would check the raglan length before separating the sleeves rather than having the neckline done. So that's what I'm doing. That's what you will be doing if you have signed up for very V-neck raglan class. Yeah, I'm stash busting, Laura. Do you like my stripes?
I love stash busting. I'm addicted to stash busting.
Yeah.
I have questions. Does
Okay.
your what is it? It's not extreme V. I'm obsessed with extreme steam. What's extreme V? What is it called again? Deep V?
Very
Very
V.
V. The very V class. Do you have any spots left in that class?
Yes, there are 3 spots left in the live class.
Nice. And then
And
recordings
a few
only.
spots left in the recordings only. Yeah.
So that is super helpful. Okay, and the second thing, the stripes, is that your own, like your own spin on it? I love it.
Yes,
I love
it
it.
is because I want to get this yarn out of my house.
I hear you.
And I had 1 skein of lore left over from my Svensson.
Gorgeous.
And I had 2 different dye lots of this shepherd's wool
lemon color,
yellow. Yes, but you can visually see how different these are. So we stripe them. And then I had a skein and a half of this pewter. Also different dye lots, but not a big deal if you're striping.
No kidding.
And then I had this Lisa, Rock and Roll Lisa of the Party D Stash had gifted me this Honey Bunches DK of Spun Right Round. And I thought that would be kind of a nice way to jazz it up because I've got some different textures going on in here too. So yeah, coming together really nicely.
Oh my God. It reminds me of banana bread, but like in the best way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, banana bread with a little bit of butter. Ooh, delicious.
Yeah. So that is what I have been working on. I'm pretty excited about it. If you took my Cozy Classic raglan, we barely even looked at that pattern. I mean, I don't think we even did look at it. I don't think we'll look at this one much either, because we like to just go off book.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. I think that sweater is going to be a cutie.
Incredible. Well, you're wowing me. That was a surprise. So lots of surprises this live. Incredible.
Yeah, we love surprises in this context. Laura generally doesn't like surprises though.
I don't.
No.
Unless you know me really well and like you're my best friend and you know I'll like it, then that's very nice. But otherwise,
it has nothing to do with you. It is a surprise. Like, look at this, I'm doing.
Yes. Yeah. I just, I like a routine. I don't like disruption. So
no disruption. So yeah, that's what I'm cooking over here. I'm feeling good about it. I was frantically knitting to get my Felix cardigan done to try to sell Felix party. It's working. So that was good, but it's nice to have a slightly slower pace since Very V-neck does not start until November. So I've got plenty of time to prep for that class. Yeah.
Adore that. That's very good. Wow. Incredible. Just a moment for cultural news. I love a segment. So I feel like wrap up, we should have a little segment of just like what's going on in the ether? What's going on pop culturally? Yeah. What are you watching? What'd you just buy? What are you excited about? Something like that.
Love it.
So yeah, I can go first because I'm starting this. But for me, I have decided I did a really bad impulse buy, and I've been in this customer service nightmare loop with the brand Stanley because they had a big Labor Day sale, and I decided I didn't want to get a Stanley cup because that's passé, but I did want to take advantage of the sale. So I bought these really cool cool tumbler. I wanted to buy a set of 4 and I only bought one. But I bought this really cool tumbler that's a hot cold tumbler in one of their classic plaid patterns. I know the cup is passé. I know it's fine. But I bought this tumbler and it is awesome. Keeps your ice iced for up to 8 hours. Very, very cool. And then I did need a new travel mug, but this travel mug came in a separate package from another part of the country. And that's why when I received a cup with just this, I was like, where is this? And I was in this feedback loop from hell with fucking Stanley forever. But this just arrived today. And I'm excited. I'm excited about it. It's a combo. It can be used as a water bottle or a coffee thing, and it's leak proof. So I'm excited for both of these. So Stanley, pain in the ass to deal with customer service wise, but the product's very good. So that was my impulse buy of the week. Can't say it was worth it though for all of the rigmarole, but goddamn, doesn't this plaid cup look cool?
It does look cool. I'm excited to continue to see it on the live.
Yep, it's good. It's good. And then I don't have to fess up to how much Diet Coke I drink because it's hidden in the cup and you don't know. It could be
hidden
water.
In the cup. Exactly.
It is water today. So there you go.
Ice cold water. You poured that ice water for yourself last night before you went to bed.
Yes. So that's my little hashtag influencing moment / pop culture moment. Secondly, the pop culture thing that I've been obsessing about has been this whole Aaron Rodgers thing. Just the way that people are so shook and surprised that he didn't last in the football game as long as he yeah. That just the way people are talking about it and the way everyone that I know not surprised, but the media so surprised. I don't understand.
It's weird when a 39-year-old man who plays sports get injured. No, it's not weird at all. They're not supposed to do that. If I am a 39-year-old woman, I can barely make it down the stairs. All right.
Truly.
My Achilles, do I even have those? Basically, they've been gone for 13 years.
I mean, getting out of bed, I sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies. It is snap, crackle, pop. Now, granted, at no point have I ever been in shape to have the comparison, but like...
So Shane was telling me that really this just screws the Packers. Now, take this. I have not done any research. This is just Shane who has told me this information. All right. Shane said that the Jets put into their contract that he needs to at least make it like 65% through the season or something. Or they're not paying for him or something. They're not getting his draft pick or whatever they traded for him. So I'm not a mathematician, but I do believe that 4 snaps is not 65% of the season. So I do believe that it is only the Packers that are being hurt by this, which kind of hurts me because it's not the Packers' fault. It's Aaron Rodgers' fault because he sucks.
And I would argue he's put them through enough emotionally.
No shit.
So it's just one final.
Yeah. I saw too, and they're like serious about this, which I also think is completely unhinged. There is now like an official like petition to force all stadiums to stop having artificial turf because they're blaming the turf for this old man falling down. And I mean, the sheer volume of humans who have been hurt on artificial turf up until this point.
Yeah.
And now they're like, it's the turf. We must have a petition.
Right. Because it's like, this is like not even, because again, I am the most casual of sports fans. And even I've known for decades that people get hurt more on turf. Weird to care about it now. Very weird.
Yeah. Also happens on baseball too, which is a longer season.
Much.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, Aaron Rodgers goes down and every man in this country is like shook to his core. They just discovered that they too are flappable.
Right. Like, good guy's not that old, I hear myself saying. And it's not, but for a professional athlete,
it is when you're getting like smooshied between two giant men, like smooshied. Like that's just your job, just to stand there and get smooshed. There should be an age limit to volunteering to get smooshed. Stop it. Stop
It's
it.
just, it's so there's the fact that it happened, the fact of it, but it's just the narrative. I just am so fascinated by the way it's spoken about. And I mean, get real, y'all, get real.
Yeah. I watched that entire DeMar Hamlin game where he went into cardiac arrest. Do you remember this over the winter?
I remember how much it impacted you. Like you were like really shook up by it.
I couldn't think about anything else for like 5 days until I
Yeah.
knew that he was going to be okay. It was very emotional, like watching that happen. And it reminded me of what these at the halftime show, these men talking about Aaron Rodgers being minorly injured on the field and being totally fine. Basically, he was in a boot walking around. It was the same way that they were reacting to DeMar Hamlin being dead on the field. I was like, these guys need to get a grip. Holy shit.
Thank you. I just couldn't put my finger on what was bothering me so much about it, but it's that where it's just like, let's bring it. I mean,
it down.
Right.
I mean, during the halftime show, Melissa and I were talking about this in our fantasy football draft chat.
Dun, 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 dun.
But the guy, the head guy was like, okay, so what do the Jets need to do to get back into this game? And both men sitting at the desk were like, they can't. Impossible. Not only is this game over, but their entire season is over. Like, there's no coming back from this. And the guy was like, well, okay.
You know, I feel that the only reason that's not completely shocking to me is I have a lot of practice hearing from Bears fans after the first game of the season. And that is what they tend to say.
It is high drama. It is like, very high drama.
Hey, you know, any given Sunday question mark? Like, let's not write and like bury. There's been, I mean, God, like, so how many like week 2 articles from people from like sports dudes in the Tribune where it's like, stick a fork in them, they're done. The Bears are beep, beep,
yeah,
and it's like,
trade everyone.
Okay.
Time to clean house, fire everybody, get that first round draft pick back. We need a quarterback, blah, blah, blah. You're just like, oh my God. Well, we live in Chicago where everyone is so reactionary. I do feel like most cities are not as fucking dialed to 11 as Chicago is about everything.
True.
So it is hot. It feels higher drama here.
We can say that, everybody. The rest of you, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, the rest of you.
Chicago's a great sports fan. No one can shit on Chicago but us because we live here.
Maybe that's an example of us ratcheting up a little, but yeah, but the rest of you, shut up.
Yeah, I love to. I've told this story to Laura before, but I'm going to tell it again. Rose, we were in class on Monday night during that game, and I was teaching, so I was not watching the Monday Night Football game. But Rosalie can multitask like the queen that she is, and she had the game on and and was in the class, and I think we're probably like 14 people in that class. She casually unmuted herself and said, "Excuse me, everyone, but I feel like people might want to know that Aaron Rodgers was just carted off the field." And the sheer delight that crossed all of these women's faces in the class in unison. I have not seen such a united front since we all decided to stop. I've never seen it before in class. It was like world peace just came across.
And speaking of karma, if you are not a sports fan and yet inexplicably have made it this far into the show, good for you. But also, like, maybe you're just like aggressively whisking something and can't like turn your phone off or something. Yeah. But speaking of karma, to be clear, we do not actively root for people to get hurt. We don't do that. But this particular person, Aaron Rodgers, was a longtime quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, then was playing for the Jets this year.
Yes, he's currently on the Jets.
And headlines that you need to know during COVID, went very Joe Rogan-y and was just like refused to get the vaccine and lied about it. And so that is just like one example of like douchery.
What a huge douche he is.
And then now it sounds like because he walked on the field and hurt himself, mild exaggeration, now that's going to further screw his old team. And that was already like tough because that fan base is really, 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 really loyal.
Yeah, they are. They don't
he
deserve to get kicked
betrayed
in
their
the
trust
face.
a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Lot. Yeah. And the NFL went really hard to get everyone vaccinated, and they were looking to like leaders in the NFL to be good examples. And Aaron Rodgers is, arguably one of the biggest names in football. And the way that he refused and also then refused, and also the NFL didn't come down as hard on him as they did on Black players who refused to get the vaccine. It also makes the NFL look just as racist as they really are. So the whole thing is just like ick factor times 1,000. But generally, that is the highest top highlight of why Aaron Rodgers is an asshole.
And Kara brings up another important point, that he was a very bad Jeopardy host. So all of these things lined up. Again, we are not wishing ill will on people, but we are just interested to observe the consequences of people's actions when they fuck around with the universe. So just to say. Yes. So that is what that conversation's about. And if you made it this far, gold medal, that's impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, exactly. Sports
that's our pop culture minute.
That's our pop culture minute. Sports are fun until they're not. And when they're not anymore, it's best to just walk away. And that's very important to remember when you are a casual fan.
Well, that's what I like about sports with our friends, because we are very good at realizing all of the systems, the very corrupt systems that all these things happen in, and keeping perspective. Unlike people who are acting like this 39-year-old man is getting injured is very surprising. Just because
like the end of the whole season on minute 7.
And because they put themselves so firmly in there, because every man believes that they're actually as good of a football player as Aaron Rodgers as well. That they're invincible, really, all of these talking heads guys are just like, no, he can't go down because I go down. You go down,
I can go down.
Never.
Yes, I am invincible. Yeah.
So totally. That's why it's fun to have sane, like-minded sports people watch these things with you. It's an interesting insight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Laura, I love this culture corner.
Yeah, super fun. So it won't always be about sports, but it just might be. You just never know.
Yeah, it is kind of a sports heavy time. Sports and gadgets. We've got baseball playoffs about to kick off in a couple of weeks. So there's just a lot of sports happening right now. Yes. And it's a good time to be around.
It is, because there's a lot of crafting that has to happen too. So we will continue to update with our crafting, and we have to have stuff on in the background. That's where sports comes in. So slam dunk.
We love that.
Well, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, Allyson. Any big crafting plans? Just keeping to work on your fabulous stripy sweater?
That is the number one goal. Yep, that is the number one goal. I have other goals, but they're contingent on other things happening. So, when things are contingent on other things happening, you sit on your ass and you put your feet up and you just do the thing that is in front of you. So that is my plan, to see how much of this I can get done and feel good about my class. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. How about you, Laura?
Yeah.
Quilty?
Sorry?
Quilty?
Yeah, I think the quilt has to go night for the weekend, because I have some spring resale stuff to post. So we've got another sale coming up over on the D Stash on Sunday, and then Monday we'll have more craft resale going on. I have made a bold choice with regard to my porcelain sweater, so I need to start over, and so I'll be sharing that journey on in our class, but that's okay. That's all okay. It's okay now that I've slept on it, but I'm going to be starting over. So I'm going to be real focused on that for the weekend, and I'll be a happier human and lead by example. So that is what I'm
Sometimes you
learning.
just got to do that. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true.
not going to fit the way I want it to. And I need to get real about what my measurements really are. So that's where we're at. And I'm okay with it now. I'm okay with it.
Well, good. It does
Yeah.
usually take the morning.
Yep.
Clear head. A beautiful sunny day.
Exactly. I feel fine. I feel like I look great right now, but I'm not going to wear that sweater if it doesn't fit me the way I want it to. So
And you
that's
might as
where
well
I'm at.
stop it now when
Yep.
it's this big rather than keep going and know
That's
you're
where
not
it's
going to
at.
like it.
That's
Yeah,
where it's at.
exactly.
So you can only extreme seam so much, and then you got to get fucking for real. So that's my weekend. I'm going to be porcelaning hardcore, and it'll be great.
Well, Godspeed, Laura. We can't wait
Thank
to
you.
see it. We are here with you because that is a relatable thing that just happened to you.
It's true. It's true. So it's not, it's tough when your boobs are too rocking. That is relatable.
Always said
too
that.
good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what
Yeah,
it
you
is.
got to live in this world.
Yep.
Yeah, where your boobs won't quit.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm actually feeling great about it, and I'm excited to talk to the class about it. So
good. All right. Well, thanks, Laura. As always, so nice to hang out with you and
seriously.
everyone who caught the live.
Want to do another hour or no? I guess not. Okay, you got.
No, let's get out of here. Sun's shining. I got shit to do.
Okay.
So does everybody.
Yeah, leave that desk. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.